Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching and truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled The Mirth is Leaving. My source, WPLG Local 10. For use, spring break partygoers arrive in Miami Beach to find high parking rates and heavy security. Again, fair use.
All right, it's that time of the year. The first wave of spring breakers are flocking to South Beach.
They're here, but there are strict rules in place to curb this year's chaos. Local 10's Christian La Rosa is joining us live from Miami Beach with more on this. Christian.
And let me tell you, just getting down here to South Beach is not fun at all. But the spring breakers who are staying here in the area, well, they're at least enjoying the beautiful weather. Go ahead and take a look. All of this taking place against the backdrop of a beefed up and heavy police presence. We've been reporting how the governor was out here yesterday to talk about all of the South Florida and state agencies that are here to help law enforcement keep the crowds under control and deter misbehavior. We've been speaking to some spring breakers out here about what they think of all this. Go ahead and take a listen. So how is spring break treating you?
It's fun. We've had a lot of fun so far, yeah.
How about you?
It's fun. It's been fun.
You guys sound kind of like lukewarm. You're like, yeah, it's been fun. Why is that?
Because they've said multiple times that it's going to be strict out here, so everybody's kind of out there and not down here anymore. But
What do you make of that?
I don't know. It's kind of boring this year a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Miami, boring.
Underwhelming. Yeah.
Underwhelming.
Underwhelming. I'm not going to lie. It's a little underwhelming, but we trying to make the best of it.
Yeah.
The best of it. Mhm.
You sound sad.
I mean, go to like PCB, go to Panama or something, or go to Fort Lauderdale, because you're not really gonna get nothing out here. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, you can still come out here.
I think if they're gonna be blocking a hell of a lot of parking.
I think the Jake on the left, she said that compared to other times before, this present time is dead.
They need to lower the parking garage prices because it's way too expensive. This is more expensive than Los Angeles.
Well, that's not going to happen because $100
And it looks dead. Okay, it looks dead. And America is dying regardless of whether it's due to restrictions promoted from the city of Miami or people are just fucking broke. Okay, now a lot of college students will use their loan money to go and have a good time, The Mirror Us is the source article entitled Spring Break Dead in Miami as Tourists Film Empty Beaches and Say Don't Come. And this is the second source, another source supporting that news clipping. With its sunny skies, world-famous beaches, and buzzing nightlife, Miami became a spring break hotspot. Since the 50s, the destination has been a hub for wild parties. And as Fort Lauderdale became overwhelmed by spring break crowds in the 80s, many shifted south to Miami and specifically South Beach. Then when TV companies like MTV started filming at the location, the appeal boomed even further. Crowds were heavying at pool parties, Alta Music Festival, and boozy boat trips. But as the debauchery at the event escalated, as well as rowdy brawls and gun crime, the tide has started turning. Miami police have started cracking down on the event. After releasing a spoof video that they are breaking up with spring break last year, plenty of control measures have been brought in on the weekends of March 13th through 16th and March 20th through the 23rd. Several rules are in place. These include certain packaged liquor stores closing at 8 p.m., DUI sobriety checkpoints, and limited beach entrances. In a press conference, Miami Beach Police Chief Wayne Jones said, "We apologize, but this is necessary. I know it's painful, short-term pain for long-term gain." It comes as no surprise that these measures have changed spring break as we know it. Videos have emerged from Miami with empty beaches and downcast partygoers who saw very little on the usually busy promenade, hence those two Jake females. Some who did make the trip to Miami are wishing they didn't bother. On TikTok, a pair of friends told their followers, "Don't come." The description added, "Spring break ain't the same in Miami no more." Others have since suggested the hype is gone from Miami as they share Fort Lauderdale is the next best spot to head. One user wrote, "I caught the 2022 Miami wave. I heard it's dead now." The original poster replied, "Yeah, it sucks now." Another user added, "It's not in Miami no more. Gotta come to Fort Lauderdale now." Another post to TikTok showed the empty beaches of Miami. When asked why there was no one else around, the reveler joked people were hiding from the wind. But the sparse attendance on Miami's beaches, which were left looking dead and empty at a time when spring break is usually at its peak, is no surprise to come. Even though the party vibe seems to have left South Beach, law enforcement seems to be happy with the progress made on tackling crime. Governor of California, Ron DeSantis, says 2024 was the most successful spring break the city has seen in some time. I don't know. Why would they have the governor of? Let me just look this up. I don't know if this is a typo or what. Move this thing over. Okay. All right, so he is the governor of Miami and not California. All right, so he is the governor of Miami. Ron DeSantis says 2024 was the most successful spring break the city has seen in some time. He said 2024 was the most successful and smoothest spring break we've had here in a long time. We can't have things just descend into madness and mayhem and chaos. I think we are going to have another successful season in 2025. All right, so this is the new Miami. All right. And of course, there are a lot of restrictions preventing party goers from coming or going there. And at the same time frame, people are broke. And this is prophecy because according to Isaiah 24 and verse 11, there is a crying for wine, truth, okay, knowledge in the streets. And eventually, okay, the Most High will unplug the internet, okay, and every man will have to get it like he or she lives. All joy is darkened, partying. The mirth of the land is gone, and the reason why the joy is darkened, the reason why the mirth of the land is gone, because people are broke, people are struggling, people need 2 to 3 incomes just to maintain their bills, okay? So if you're working and working and working and working, you don't have time to party. You are too tired to party, all right? You don't want to party because now that money that you got, You're trying to save that just in case something else happens, just in case you need to do this with that money. Okay? So when you think about the most rational thing to do is, why blow this money on going to the movies, okay, or partying, period, when you know it's a struggle. And again, a lot of those college students go because why? Based on their loans, those student loans, and they get more money from their parents and relatives. But people in the real world, okay, that are in the job force, they don't got time for it. They can't afford to do so. And I'm talking about people that just graduated from college from anywhere from a span of 1 to 3 years. They can't afford to go down there. However, they're young enough to go. And it's going to get worse, okay, because of that cruel Lord, okay, Donald Trump, who Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua placed in office. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, verse 1. Don't let the excitement of youth cause you to forget your Creator, and only the Israelites, okay, can be placed in this equation, okay? No other nation matter. And according to the scriptures, modern day Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites. Honor him in your youth before you grow old and say life is not pleasant anymore. And we're coming to a time frame, regardless if you extremely young, middle aged, or very old, okay? We are about to witness evil days, meaning what? Bad times. And you can feel it coming. Just don't know when. All right? Last precept. Ecclesiastes 1:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And what is under the heaven? I think it's maybe in that same chapter. Ecclesiastes 3:16, and moreover, I saw under the heaven the place of judgment. Salakia, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, earth. Okay, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So what is under the heaven? Earth. All right. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And the Most High, from a spiritual sense, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua is plucking up what? The rulership of Esau. And he's planting what? The potential rulership of Jacob. Going into what? The kingdom of heaven, or the kingdom of Yahushua. A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Yeah, it's time for the Israelites, beginning with the elect. At this time frame, only the elect to be built up. And it starts with this word. Okay, it starts with the word. However, we must have what? Faith and fear in Yahweh Bashem Al-Shah. And to pluck up. Pluck up what? Okay? This kingdom from a spiritual sense. And we do this by teaching and preaching, breaking down strongholds. And when you go into that term, strongholds, it means what? False arguments. Verse 3, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Verse 4, a time to weep and a time to laugh. So these so-called Americans, okay, are in the time frame to do what? Not to laugh, but to weep, because the mirth is gone. And another strong variable that is promoting this, people are broke. Therefore, people are struggling. And if you're broke, if you're struggling, you're struggling, you're angry, you're upset, you're frustrated, okay? Because of your present condition due to the lack of money. A time to mourn and a time to dance, and we're not in a time to dance. We are mourning right now, and it's going to get worse. But anyway, just back to the focal point for this lesson. Miami is not the same no more due to harsh or draconian restrictions. You got liquor stores closing at 8 p.m., right? You have more presence of law enforcement, and also people are broke. Lord will, this was edifying. Shalom.